going to hit record, and we're going to go ahead and dive into our call. Like, I almost feel like I don't know what to do because we haven't had like our own normal team call in so long that it's like, okay, how do I do this again? No, I'm just kidding. So welcome to tonight's Team Living Healthy and Fit team call. It is Wednesday, October 12th, right? Is that right? 12th? Yeah, cool. And tonight I am super excited to share with you girls a topic that I myself had been kind of struggling with, and something that I'm finally seeing a really big vision for. So before I get into that, I want to remind you that one, if you haven't yet registered for that empowering event this weekend at the Toledo Art Museum, I would love for you guys to join us. If you can make it, it's only $15 for 3 hours of listening to women and share their empowering stories. So myself, and I know Amanda, one of our newer coaches, is going to be there, and my goddaughter is going to be going with me as well. So if you can make it to that, awesome. And more importantly, Super Saturday is coming up. That is going to be the weekend of the 29th and 30th. So if you are not yet registered, get your butt on the horn and get registered, you guys. Like, that should have been done a while ago, and if you haven't done it, just do it, right? The event here in Toledo is actually on Sunday, and it is going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn. It is $20 per coach, and then they did have, I don't know if they still do, but when I registered, they do have a couple of the free passes for non-coaches. So get your butts there. That is a priority to fill your cup, to help you see the vision of this business, to learn from some of the top coaches in this business, and like get into the community of people and have some fun and do a live workout and laugh and make new friends and network and get yourself there. If you, like Eva is on the call, we can help you. If you need help, I can help you find one. It's in your Coach Online office. You just go to events under news and training and search for one in your area. They are all over the place, you guys. So there should be one within a half an hour to 40 minutes of your location. So I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to get to one of those. And I can't wait to see pictures and hear about the different live events that you guys are attending. So I'm super excited for that. So Super Saturday weekend is October 29th and 30th. I believe most of them are on the 29th because it is Super Saturday. Our one here locally just happens to be on Sunday the 30th. Okay? Cool. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited for that. So I'm not really sure what Meg and Janelle and Corey have in store yet, but they are always very empowering and give you that mojo that you need when you know, they fill you back up and you're ready to go again. So tonight, I'm going to be sharing about limiting beliefs and flipping your story, flipping the script to change the end of your story, to change the end of those limiting beliefs, okay? So what do limiting beliefs look like? Well, I'm overweight. I won't be successful at this. I'm too old. I haven't ever hit Success Club, so I'm not going to hit Success Club. They won't buy from me. I'm too heavy. I'm not at my goal weight. I'm not fit. I'm not a morning person. I don't know much about health and fitness. All things, I'm not enough. I'm not made to do something bigger. All beliefs that we have accumulated as we've grown to be adults. And they are things that are very hard to break, but it's that self-talk that holds us back. I will share with you guys, because I am perfectly honest with you guys when it comes to my journey. I believed that I could be successful in this, and I see the vision in this. But it wasn't until recently that I started telling myself, I can be successful like Meg. I can be successful like Kelly. I can make this bigger than what it is now. I had kind of found myself in this place that I was telling myself I could do it, but I really wasn't believing it. Does that make sense? Like I was like, I know that I am capable of doing this. I know that I am a hard worker and I'm dedicated and I love doing it and I'm passionate about it. But I almost found myself just going through the motions and just like checking things off my list, rather than really believing with all of my heart that I am a 5-star diamond coach, that our team is an elite team, and that we're growing and helping record numbers of people get on a healthier, happier path. Is that a fault? Maybe, but that's just me being real. And it's something that I've really, really been working on for these past few weeks. And I've really been making my personal development intentional when it comes to that. And so I want to share with you guys the bigger vision, because I know for myself, that's the one thing that's standing in my way. I'm doing all the behaviors. I'm doing it. The only thing that's standing in my way is vibrating at a higher level and putting myself there. All right? So the beauty of this business is you are the CEO of your own company. You are your own boss. How amazing is that? It's so amazing that you can do whatever you want. But to a fault, you can do whatever you want. There's nobody breathing down your neck. There's nobody saying, did you do this today? Did you get this done? Did you meet your quota? Did you do, there's nobody that's telling you that you have to show up at 8 o'clock and that you can clock out at 5 o'clock and be done for the day, right? So it's really easy to not show up. But we're not doing ourselves any favors by not showing up, right? Because we want something bigger. We see something bigger with this. So a couple things. I am not your CEO. Kelly is not your CEO. Brooke, any of the other leaders on our team, and Deval, none of them are your CEO. You are. This is your business. This is your opportunity to make something of it. So when you start playing the comparison game and you say, well, those limiting beliefs come up and you start, well, she's younger, so that's why she's successful. Or she's willing to sacrifice sleep, so she's successful. Or she's super fit, so that's why she's successful. Stop the negative talk, because it's not doing you any favors. We all have our own walks, okay? Change that mindset. It's not going to be easy, and there's still going to be times that voice pops up and you start to doubt yourself a little bit, but shift your mindset. Shift that negative talk. Start making the decision to be present in your business and to be present in your thoughts, and to tell yourself that you can do this, that you are doing this. You are showing up. All of you on this call right now are here for a reason. You are showing up because you want to learn. You want this to work. You believe in it to a point. But what I would like to do tonight is to expand that belief and to help you envision something greater, and to help you envision that you too can be a 5-star diamond coach. You too can be a 15-star diamond coach. It's once you make the decision to believe that and to know that you are going there is when you will achieve that, and when things will start to happen for you. So another thing is when you find yourself justifying why you're not doing the vital behaviors, you need to stop, because those are excuses. That's the fear creeping back in. That's the uncomfortable. I don't remember which call it was. I recently listened to a call where I think it was that one that was like 20 minutes long that I shared in the group a couple weeks ago, and she compared being uncomfortable to a rubber band. When you set big goals for yourself, you stretch your comfort zone, and that's where you start to grow. But the easiest thing for us to do is to give up on that goal, and then you feel that release of that tension. But the problem is it's not the goal. It's the fact that you're stretching outside of your comfort zone. So when you find yourself trying to justify the excuses for not doing certain things or not hitting your goals or not pushing for your goals, stop yourself and remember those limiting beliefs that are holding you back and what you can do to shift your mindset and what is the opposite of that. You know, is it, well, I didn't hit Success Club this month because you know, she didn't want to purchase from me, or I didn't have any coaches enroll or something like that. Start telling yourself, I am hitting Success Club 5 this month because I have passionate, driven people who are attracted to me because I'm excited about this opportunity. Start feeding that positive talk into yourself. So I would like to share 5 things that you can start doing right now to help you shift your story, to flip the story and create a more positive belief within yourself to accomplish your goals. So the first one is get real with yourself. Be honest with yourself, and when you talk to yourself, like really think about this, you guys, like when you talk to yourself, are you telling yourself, oh, well, I'm not going to do it today because I haven't done anything yet and I'm just really far behind and I'm just going to get overwhelmed? Or are you like, okay, I'm going to sit down today. I may be behind a little bit. I might start to feel a little overwhelmed, but today I'm going to sit down and I'm going to tackle one task. Start thinking about the positive self-talk and look at where you're going rather than what you're lacking, rather than what you're struggling with. Put your focus and your energy in believing in that you are going there. When you set that goal, really, truly believe it and feel it. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing that you can start doing is creating a strong why. How many times do we talk about this? Why? What is your why? Like, is it strong enough? If you're finding excuses and you're letting the fear creep back in and you find yourself not showing up, it's probably not strong enough, you guys. Okay? So I know that it seems so redundant and we talk about our why a lot, but it is such a vital part of what is going to motivate you and keep you accountable on the days that you maybe don't want to show up. So what makes you cry? What makes you pissed off? What do you want out of life? What do you want to eliminate from your life? And are those big enough to overcome your excuses? Is that a reason that you're pushing yourself, you're stretching that rubber band, and you're putting that stress on yourself to hit those goals? Are those big enough to overcome the excuses that you are telling yourself and those limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself day in and day out? If it's not, then we probably need to reevaluate that. We need to go back and look, okay, why did I really start doing this? All of us are going to say because we want to help people. We believe in the products. But there's something bigger. Do you want to retire from your full-time job because you hate it? Do you hate it? Okay, so if you hate it, do you hate it enough to make 1 hour a day a priority? I mean, that's the truth. And it's not calling anybody out. Karina, I saw you shaking your head. It's really not calling anybody out. It just, that's the reality of it. Is your why strong enough to put the excuses aside and to make that hour a priority every single day? So think about that. Is it setting up a college fund for your children? Is it paying off your house early? Is it being able to have freedom of your time? Like, whatever, it's different for all of us. I think a lot of us on this call right now have fairly similar goals when it comes to the end all be all, but there's different driving forces, okay? And you really need to connect with that and what that means for you, okay? Once you identify what that is, don't focus on what is lacking. Don't focus on that you hate your job. Don't focus on, yeah, Hannah, good job. Yay, good job. So once you identify what that why is, don't focus on the negative of it, you guys. Don't focus on that you have to go to work today and you hate your job, you hate your boss, you hate your situations, that whatever it is, that you hate your current circumstances. Focus and manifest what you're going towards. Start reading your why out loud every single day, your daily affirmations every day, your goals every single day. And that will start to resonate in your subconscious, and you will start to believe it. Start saying, I am a 5-star diamond coach if that's what you're pushing for. I am making $5,000 a month with Beachbody if that's what you're pushing for. You have to be open and vibrate at a higher level by manifesting and putting those positive thoughts in your mind and in your energy, rather than focusing on the lacking. Does that make sense? So that you can empower yourself, to motivate yourself to move forward and to make those bold moves to make that happen for yourself. So really focusing and putting your energy into creating and manifesting your why, and manifesting your dreams and your goals and your reasons why you're showing up to do this every day. It's not easy, you guys. It's not easy. There's going to be days it's hard. The work itself is easy. Like, it's super simple. It's kind of crazy how simple it is to be successful in this business. It's your mindset, and it's the belief that you have within yourself that is going to hold you back. So start creating your reality and pouring your energy into that. I know you guys have heard me say before, where focus goes, energy flows. And Tony Robbins says that constantly, and it is so true. If you focus on, I'm broke, I have no money, I'm broke, I have no money, you have a bad relationship with money, and you're never going to have money. But if you say, I am open and I am working towards my goals and I am paying off debt and I am living life in abundance, you're going to manifest that because you're believing that. So the next thing that you can do, number 3, is envision your $1 million opportunity. We have $1 million plus opportunity at our hands, you guys. Do you know how many coaches have created that sort of income? Like, it's crazy. There was a Beachbody coach, I don't know who it is, last year, for 1 year, made $3.1 million. I have 3 coaches that I can guess who it is. It's Janelle Summers, Lindsay Matway, or Melanie Mitro. Those are my top guesses. It doesn't matter though. $3.1 million in 1 year. Do you know what that means? They helped a shit ton of people. That's all that means. That means that they woke up with passion in their belly every single day to reach out and inspire somebody to make changes in their life. And they made it about the people and not about the money. And that's why they are that successful. And that's exactly what we need to focus on, is pouring love and inspiration into others and helping them make changes in their own health and fitness. So, something I heard today on a call, it was, her name just left me. She was on Janelle Summers' call. It's one of her coaches. Oh, it's not Melanie Mitchell, but it's an M. Anyway, it'll come to me later. We are never at a standstill in this business. This business doesn't stand still. You are either moving yourself forward or you are moving backwards. There is no such thing as standing still. So when you take a day off or a week off or 2 weeks off, you are slowly moving backwards. That's why it's so important to be the CEO of your business and to show up every single day and to create that strong why, even if it's just for yourself to stay accountable right now, to create that vision for yourself, to keep showing up every day and to keep bettering yourself and growing and learning every single day. Doing the bare minimum with a power hour, yes, I strongly encourage you guys, do the power hour. Use that slide that I created, and there's a couple other ones in our group. Do your power hours because that's going to help you to move forward. But by doing the bare minimum, you're going to move forward at a slower pace. And something that coach shared on the call was when you're moving at a slow pace, she found herself getting discouraged by the no's because she was getting a lot of no's because she was talking to the minimum amount of people. When she saw other coaches moving forward, she wasn't comparing herself, but there was one coach in particular who flew past her, who's enrolled at the same time as her, and she looked to her for motivation, and she said, okay, we're doing all the same behaviors. I'm being consistent. I'm showing up every single day. But what is she doing different? The only difference was she was talking to a much higher number of people. So instead of inviting 3 people a day, she was inviting 15 people a day. And what she found, Mindy Winder, God, thank you for telling me because I was like going crazy. It was Mindy Winder on the call. And she said, once she started increasing those numbers and not doing just the bare minimum anymore, it was like all of a sudden all these people were coming out of the woodworks, and she was gaining all this momentum, and she was no longer feeling at turtle pace, and she was no longer focusing on the no's because she was having so many yeses, because she was starting so many new conversations. I get that there's going to be time restraints, and some days you are only going to have so much time, and maybe only 1 power hour is going to happen. And I get that, especially for new coaches, you're just trying to find the balance and you're starting to create that consistency. But as you start creating that consistency and you feel that urge to move forward at a faster pace, do 2 power hours or work on doing massive action days where you're inviting, 15 or 20 more people twice a week, so that you're increasing the amount of people that you're talking to, and you're increasing the amount of lives that you are potentially going to inspire and help. Okay? So then I think I just want, because I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so here's a limiting belief that I would like to flip for you. A lot of us say Success Club is non-negotiable, and then we find ourselves struggling to hit Success Club. What are your thoughts about Success Club? If you find yourself struggling to hit Success Club, do you feel like it's hard? Do you feel like it's challenging to get people to join you and be excited about purchasing a challenge pack or getting into a challenge group? If that is what you're thinking, that is what is coming across. Success Club is the bare minimum for moving your business forward, right? Success Club 5 is the bare minimum to move yourself forward. It's super easy, you guys. And you have to start believing that. You have to start envisioning being excited and that people are excited to work with you because you're going to help them get results. You're going to be their friend and you're going to listen to them and you are going to help them get on a healthier path. When you start believing that and you start believing that these people are excited to come to you, these people are going to start asking you questions, these people are going to enroll with you right away, and that this is easy, that's what's going to happen. Start pouring, like we were just talking about, start pouring your energy into the positive rather than the lack, okay? So I wanted to share that with you. You're going to have to make sacrifice. We all make sacrifice, you guys. But when your why is really dialed in and you have that in front of you and you surround yourself with it and you read it every single day, those sacrifices aren't going to seem like anything. Okay, so for one example, sacrifice. For me, TV. I used to be a reality TV junkie. I just sat on basically like we would come home and sit on the couch and veg out and watch TV constantly. Like that's just what we did. Our TV was always on when we were home, things like that. I watch maybe 2 hours of TV a week. and it's not anything I miss. You know what I mean? It's not anything that was helping me grow or helping me go anywhere. Yeah, it's kind of fun to sit down and watch TV once in a while to unwind, but it's not helping me grow. It's not helping me get to my why. So I started plugging into personal development instead of watching so much TV. That's just for example. There's going to be, maybe you're going to start getting up an hour earlier. I always used to tell myself I'm an 8-hour, a night kind of girl. If I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I'm a wicked wrench and nobody wants to be around me. I now shift my mindset to I'm going to get 7 hours of sleep a night. So I sacrifice that hour to get up and do a power hour, or to stay up an hour later and to do calls and things like that. Those are just examples. But there's going to have to, if you want something bigger than what you have, there's going to have to be a shift. Just like when you work out, you're not going to get results unless you actually work out. In the kitchen, if you don't give up some of the sweets and pizza and alcohol and maybe some of the things that you really enjoyed having before, if you want change, that's not going to come unless you make a sacrifice and maybe limit those, right? So it's the same thing. We're not going to see results in our business unless we start to really put our focus in the business and limit some of the other things that are around us, okay? And then back to our why. Your why must make you uncomfortable enough to push your limits. So we kind of already talked about that, but I'm just reiterating that. Number 4 is being present, actively engaging and learning, taking notes on team calls. So showing up to these, showing up to live events, and really plugging yourself in. Like, not just making, okay, I'm on the call, so I'm just going to sit here and listen and, not really think about what's going on. Or engage with what's going on in the call, or asking questions and trying to absorb, or going back and listening. Be an active learner, you guys. Like, that's the best way to grow. Think about when you were in school. Like, you didn't just go through class and just sit there and listen to the teacher and not ever take notes or take tests. We don't require tests. But you're going to see yourself grow when you're an active learner and you're engaging in the groups. You're engaging in team calls. You're engaging in the coaching basic groups that we're doing, or when we're posting things in the Team Living Healthy and Fit. It's only going to help you further if you become an active participant, okay? And number 5, so this will be our last one. The work that you put in now is going to create momentum in your business in 2 to 3 months from now. So right now, this is extremely important right now, because this is the quiet season. You guys, it is quiet right now. It is a struggle to get people to commit, because it's just that time of year. But that doesn't mean that there aren't people out there that aren't ready for help, that aren't ready to make changes in their life. It just means we might hear a few more no's. But I guarantee that if you keep in touch with those people who are telling you no now, come the first of the year, after sports die down and school has finally settled in, because people are still trying to find a rhythm with their kids being back in school and sports going on, and the holidays are coming up. Like, people are already thinking about that stuff. You have Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas hits, right? So we tend to get in this whirlwind of life, and that's not always everybody's main focus. But you have to keep showing up, even though you might be hearing the no's now, because it's not no, not forever. It's just no, their mind is not there right now. But we have to make sure that we are the ones that are there to help them when they're ready. Okay, so keep putting in the work. Create your consistency now. Mindy Widner shared on a call that she started actively working her business in October of the 1 year. I think it was like 2009 or something like that. Actively working her business in October, and she was like hit or miss and dabbling in the business. She was consistent in her behaviors, but her check was very hit or miss for pretty much the entire rest of the year. Come January, her checks went from $14 a week to maybe $100 a week, to in January, her checks were $300, $350, $400, $350, $400. They started averaging $300 and $400 a week. 3 months later, because of the consistency that she created 3 months prior, because she started showing up and she started treating this like it was $1 million opportunity. She started making sure that this was a priority to give that hour a day. So I hope that that helps. I hope that you can start to overcome some of the things that might be holding you back. Some of those beliefs that maybe you aren't good enough, or maybe that you aren't at your goal weight, so people aren't going to want to join you, or that Success Club is hard and you've really struggled with it, so you might not ever reach it. Stop telling yourself that, you guys. You are all amazing women. I know each and every one of you individually, and you are all amazing people. There's a reason you are on this team. You were meant to do something bigger, and I truly believe that God puts us in touch for a reason. There is a bigger picture here. We might not see it right now, and it might be hard to envision, and you might be struggling a little bit, but get out of your own head. You are you are a human being. I heard this recently. I don't even know where it was. We are a human being, you guys. Do you know what the chances are? It's like stupid crazy, the chances of becoming a human being out of all the things in the world that you could be. But you're born a human. I know it sounds kind of silly, but seriously, you're a human who can inspire and talk and make your mark on the world. Dogs are cool, but they really, they help people to a point, I guess, like if you're talking therapy dogs and stuff. Let's not get too technical. You get to help inspire people. Let's do it. Don't beat yourself up. If you have struggled up until this point, that's the past. Start right here, right now, and start telling yourself every single day, I am good enough, I am here for a reason, and I'm going to do my best to help others believe in themselves. And start believing it, because I believe in every single one of you. I love you. That's all I have. So, any questions? If you don't have questions, I'm going to call on you because I want some engagement here. What time is it? I can't even see what time it is on my phone. That's stupid. 9:18. Okay, so for like 7 minutes till 9:25. Ask a question. Somebody, or I'm going to call on you like in school, call you out. Come on. What's maybe a limiting belief that you've been struggling with, or objection that you've been facing lately?
I think for me, my limiting belief has always been that I'm not at my goal weight, and I struggle with that all the time.
Yeah.
And why would anybody buy a challenge pack from me when they haven't seen my success? Even though I share it, to me, I'm not successful enough.
Okay. You are, though. And I can tell you that that's what's coming across. That because you don't feel you're enough, they're unsure, is she going to be there for me? And is she going to be able to help me when I'm struggling? And you absolutely are enough. Even if you hadn't lost 70 pounds that you have lost, which is incredible.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's 70 pounds.
Even if you hadn't lost a pound yet, Karina, the fact that you are showing up every day and working towards a healthier lifestyle and working to overcome your struggles is far more than the 270 million people or whatever they say are going to be obese and overweight in 2017. Be proud of that. You are enough. You are an inspiration, and you have made an amazing transformation. You're still on your journey. I'm not at my goal weight. You might look at me and say, oh, she's skinny and she's fit and whatever, but I'm not at my goal weight. I'm not happy with where I am right now, and I've been through my own struggles. So start believing in you. because we all do. I promise everybody on this call believes in you and finds your story and your dedication to working through your story and inspiration. And once you start believing that, tell yourself that every single day. Wake up, just like Tony says, wake up. I am enough. People are going to be excited to join me because I'm going somewhere. People are excited to come with me because I'm going to help them feel better about themselves. And start believing it, not just saying it. Start believing it. And I promise you, you will see a whole new shift once you make that decision in your mind. Yeah. Julie, I'm going to call on you. I don't want to make you uncomfortable because I know you've had some things going on yourself lately, but I'm going to unmute you and ask you to maybe share with us something that you have struggled with recently, or oh, did we unmute? I thought I unmuted you. I did. Oh, there you go.
I think I hit unmute at the same time.
Oh, okay. Maybe something that you've been struggling with, or a limited belief that you have been struggling with?
For me, the biggest struggle is just the use of social media. I don't know. I'm just really guarded in terms of sharing things. I feel like I have a lot of people in my life who are opposed to any type of, I don't share anything political. I don't share, I'm very, I pretty much share about my kids, and that's about the extent of what I share on social media.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest fear is just putting myself out there and not being attacked, or probably more so with family than friends.
Okay. And what do you think would come out of, even if you just started sharing inspirational quotes and motivation, maybe not even necessarily your story right away, just kind of stepping outside of the box a little bit and starting to share? I mean, do you think that would bring a negative response?
I don't know. It was kind of like our call last week. I know when people are trying to market stuff to me. I knew when I first talked to you. I can read into that stuff very well. I was interested on my own, and I don't I'm not saying that what you did was wrong or anything. You know what? I don't know how to put it. I was interested on my own. I kind of asked, I think I asked you before you even said anything to me about it. I don't know, it just makes me nervous because I'm a people pleaser and I don't like to offend people.
Okay. I would definitely say personal development is going to help with that. And I think that when you start to share on social media, it's definitely a step outside of your comfort zone, especially when you're first getting started. But I have yet to come across somebody who has negative response to sharing inspiration, to sharing positivity. Obviously, something political is going to bring up some negative feedback, something that you're saying, well, you should do this and not that, or whatever. That's going to bring a negative connotation because you're telling somebody to do something. But when you start wording things and you're just sharing inspiration, or you're asking a question, things like that don't typically bring negative feedback. And if I'm being honest, what is their negative response, or whatever you feel they're going to give a negative response to? What is that going to do for you and your family to accomplish what you want in life? Because it's probably not going to help.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably not going to help, but it's definitely holding you back.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say diving into personal development and just really empowering yourself and starting to believe that you don't have ill intentions. You're not trying to upset anyone. You're not trying to dictate what people should and shouldn't do. You're just trying to inspire those who are open to being inspired. And that's
I think
really
I have to change my mindset of social media.
Well, I mean, I guess for me, because I've been in social media for so long, I mean, maybe some of the other girls can chime in, but I don't see that because I've weeded all that out. I don't even pay attention to any of that because I'm surrounding myself with people who are open-minded and want to do bigger things in life and want to be inspired and are dreamers and go-getters. So, but I honestly don't even remember, and if I did, obviously it didn't have a very big impact because I don't remember when I first started posting, and I posted some really shitty posts, you guys, let's be honest. I mean, I threw my link out there, my beachbodycoach.com/Corey Mayup, go here to buy. Worst posts in the world that I would be like, hey, you need to delete that because I would tell you guys that's not appropriate. And I don't ever remember, nobody responded. Nobody came after me. Nobody said anything negative. Nobody commented on it because it was just like, what's this girl doing? So, and if I did have any, like I said, it obviously didn't impact me because I don't remember.
I swear the one day that I was like ready to post on social media and somebody I knew, and granted I don't talk to her very often, but like, no joke, in my newsfeed, she posted something about, like, why I won't buy Shakeology. And it was, like, this whole article, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, it was an article about something related to most people that, are struggling to make ends meet. They're going to go buy and it's true, they're going to go buy the cheap, quick meal at McDonald's for $3 versus buying the Shakeology. And I wanted to comment back and say, well, like, if you divide it out over 30 days, it's really not that much per day, but
yeah, no,
it's just like,
yeah. And that's the kind, like, you're going to see stuff like that. But you'll weed those people out and you won't see those people anymore.
I mean, I know I get pissed off when people are constantly like inviting me to their unique party and their 31 party and their Sunseat, and I'm getting added to like all these Facebook groups. I'm like, that like just gets under my skin, and I don't want to come across as like some pushy. I don't know. I don't have a problem like talking to people in person.
Yeah.
About it. I don't know. For some reason with social media, I just am weirded out by, not weirded out. That's not the right word. I don't know. Maybe it's probably more of a confidence issue than anything.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree. It's definitely that, but I think that your negative thoughts towards MLMs and people who are marketing, they're in your face and putting you in groups when you don't ask to be in groups. Constantly. We don't do that. I've never done that. I might invite somebody to an event, but I've never added somebody to a group who didn't ask to be there and that I didn't talk to them about being a part of the group first.
Yeah.
And really, it's just...
I'm normally a salesperson's like worst nightmare. Like, you do not want to sell me anything.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that maybe just starting with some small things and definitely getting into your personal development and just growing that confidence and understanding the different ways of posting and trying not to put your focus on what all the other MLMs are doing that you don't like. Trying to put your focus on, watching the other girls on the team and what they're commenting or what they're sharing, because all the girls that are on the call right now make some phenomenal posts and get tons of feedback. Like, I look at Marguerite's post sometimes and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Like, it's just when you start speaking from the heart and you really are coming from that intention of sharing your story and sharing inspiration, like, you might think that sounds corny or like it's not the intention, but it really truly is. It's not about making the sale. It's about helping somebody believe in themselves and see the potential within themselves. And when you start posting about stuff like that, it's a totally different ball game. And you actually will not even see those other posts. I probably have people in my friends that post about stuff like that, but I don't even see it because I'm not engaging with stuff like that. I'm just, okay, let them think. They'll learn on their own. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like you said, Shakeology is only $4, like $4.33 or something like that per meal. But people don't think about that. Besides the fact we won't even go into like what doctors' bills are going to be and all that. Their arteries completely full of junk and stuff like that. But it's just not putting the focus on things like that, because that's where your energy is going to go, and that's what you're going to be drawn to. And that's what's going to be drawn to you because that's where you're focusing, rather than shifting your focus to what your intentions are and what you really want to do. And then you will start to see that surround you and come back to you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Need to rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, I mean, just start, like, one of the other newer coaches on our team, she's really struggling and having anxiety about posting, and she's been doing really phenomenal with posting an inspirational quote every morning. And that's okay. Like, if that's where we have to start, let's just start there, you know? Or maybe a devotional or something like that. You know, if you'd rather share something like that with a picture of your girls or something, then that, you know, that would be awesome, because it's something that's you without being in your face, and it's something that's positive that people are going to start enjoying reading when they see your posts. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can talk further too. I think getting you into that social media group would be good too. We'll restart that here in another week or two. I got to look at the calendar. Does anybody else have any questions? Somebody asked where Marguerite is. She's right there.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I know. Oh, Eva said, I know I still worry about what people think. I know I shouldn't, but I do. Eva, you too make amazing posts and really put yourself out there.
I posted that video in the group, that one that I think you just shared it the other day, like in the Coach Basics group, the inner belief one.
The short one?
No, the long one. Or
the one that just went
today by
Karina. I
coach.
shared it in our like diamonds thread too, that video, and then I think
yeah. That was today's post in the Coaching Basics group.
Yeah, it's a really
longer video, but it is such a good video.
Yeah, it really like brought a lot of things, you know, to mind that I never even really thought of the way he presented it. You know, like he said you can have someone that's, you know, really successful, take, you know, Lindsay Natley or whatever, and say, oh, I did Country Heat for 3 weeks and I lost 5 pounds, and they get tons of engagement on their posts. But then you have someone like Karina that's like, well, I lost 60 pounds, so, you know, if you want to join me, that's cool. And he's like, you lost 60 pounds, like, be excited about that. And that's the difference between the two posts, is you have to have that belief in yourself and that confidence, like, look what I did, I can help you too, you know. But if you come across as like, well, you know, it's kind of cool that I did that, you know, that's how you're going to come across, and people are going to know that. So
yeah, for sure. And there was something else that he shared was that like the one girl who said everybody keeps giving her the money objection, how expensive Shakeology was. And she's like, and it is expensive. Well, she believes it's expensive. Yeah. It's really not, though. Like, if you think about the value, which he got into, if you think about the value it's providing, and when you're providing, like, our one-on-one attention, you guys, is valuable. You are one-on-one reaching out to somebody who wants help, or who is asking for help, or who is looking for some guidance. You are worth something. Your friendship is worth something. Your guidance is worth something. And providing the resources that are going to help them get results after you figure out what their goals are and what their struggles are, That's something of value, because people, like he said on that call, people who are telling you that Shakeology is too expensive or whatever, they all have smartphones. I guarantee they all have flat screen TVs and tablets and nice cars and whatever. But if they don't see the value in it and you don't make that connection, it's expensive.
Yeah.
But when you create that connection, it's no longer expensive because they see the value and they see what it's going to create for them. So yeah, if you haven't seen that call, Julie, any of you, I know a couple of you girls have, because Karina, you commented on it. That was an amazing call. He's a John C. Maxwell life coach, and just the perspective he brings is really incredible. So I would definitely, if you haven't listened to that, I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. It's a little bit longer, but it is well worth it for sure. I think I spread that out over 2 days or something, but yeah, that was a great call. So
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anybody else? We might as well just do our mentoring call, since most of you are in the mentoring group anyway. Does anybody else?
I did. Real quick, I wanted to add, because like when Julie was talking, it reminded me a lot of when I started. Like I was kind of, I'm sure a lot of people feel like that. Like you're just like, oh, I don't know. Like I don't know what people are going to think, and I don't want people to think I'm weird or whatever. And then, it's exactly like you said, like ripping a Band-Aid off. Like once you do it, you're like, oh, I can do this again, and then you get a little braver each time. But with that being said, too, I remember listening to, I don't know if it was a call, I don't know. I remember listening to someone, and she said, a lot of people feel that way, that they are worried about like what people say or what people think, or like, you have family and, and you wonder like how they're going to react to stuff. And she said, in all reality, though, think about it. Like, think about why you're here. You're here because you have this vision, and you're here because you want to share that with people, and you want people to join you because you're excited about it, and, you're passionate about it. So if you're sharing that with people, think you're silly or don't believe in you or want to delete you. She said, in the grand scheme of things, does that really matter? Because then those are not your people, obviously. And she said, if those people don't believe in you, and if those people give you, hassle you about it, then that's just weeding people out, She said, so to me, like, that's how I had to look at it. And ever since then, that's exactly how I look at it. If you don't like it, then you're not probably someone that I want to be around. You're not someone that I want in my life. And unfortunately, some of those people are my family, but I've just had to come to a place where I'm like, I don't care. And I'll tell you, I'm much happier that way. So, I just, and it was tough to get there, but, and it took me a while, but once I got there, I just, those are not your people, and I'm okay with it, so. Yeah. Yeah. And just to further go off of that, April McDonald, who is I believe she's a 7-star coach right now, who is on our team, not our team, on Kelly's team. She has 2 sisters. One sister is a diamond or a 1-star. Anyway, Melissa has lost over 100 pounds with Beachbody products, is a rocking coach, and her and April are killing it together. They have another sister who thinks Beachbody is a scam, wants nothing to do with Beachbody, even though she's seen her sister drop over 100 pounds. I think she's like at 120 pounds or something like that today. But anyway, over 100 pounds, and she's seen April, who used to have an eating disorder, totally transform into this successful health and fitness coach, and get her eating disorder under control and feel healthy and happy in her own skin. Blocked both of her sisters on Facebook a couple years ago, and she wants nothing to do with them. Now they still love each other and they talk, and they still communicate, but when it comes to Beachbody and them being on Facebook, she's blocked April and Melissa because she doesn't want to hear it. She's overweight herself, and she probably has some insecurities, and she just doesn't want any part of it. And I know that for April, because she shared this story, that it was really hard at first, but that's her own battle. That's her sister's battle. She can't fight that for her. All she can do is do what makes her happy and keep moving forward and love her. And if she ever comes around to it, be open to sharing with her. But it doesn't stop their relationship. It just stops that part of it, which is really unfortunate because April's getting ready to have a baby. Melissa already has a baby. The other sister has children.
and they don't communicate on social media, and they live states away from one another because she's too peppy. I mean, really? That's a complaint somebody has? You're too inspiring. So if maybe that resonates with you a little bit, it's unfortunate, but like Marguerite said, then they're not your tribe. And I would hope, I'm an only child, so I don't really see this. I hope for my boys, I guess, that it's different. I hope that even if it's not their thing, that they still love and support one another. So hopefully that kind of resonates with you a little bit, and you can maybe relate to that, and that can maybe help you. But she didn't let that hold her back. I mean, she's earning a substantial income, was able to retire her husband and bring him home, and is creating this amazing life of freedom for her baby girl that's going to be born here soon. So just different things to think about, because you're definitely not the first person who struggled with this. We've all struggled with making social media posts and stepping out of our shell. And you're definitely not the first person that struggled with maybe family not being behind you, or having the fear or the unknown of how people are going to react once you start posting on social media a bit more. But they've all overcome it, or they're working through it. So maybe that helps a little bit to know that you can work through it too, and that you can find that balance. Does that help a little bit? Yeah. All right, cool. I'll see if I can't find a call with April sharing that. I know she's got a team call on YouTube. I just have to find out which one it is by searching through. But does anybody else have any questions? We'll just wrap it up for tonight. Hannah?
I think I figured out what mine is. I've kind of felt like I really don't have a story since I haven't lost any weight yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of what's holding me back on sharing that, because I really haven't shared my story at all on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is.
Well, your story is where you were, where you are now, and where you see yourself going. Those are the pieces of your story. Because you're certainly not the same person that you were 2 weeks ago, a month ago, or before Summit. You are a different person. You may not have a weight loss story yet, and you can use that. I may not have a significant weight loss yet, but I am working every day towards my goals, and I see myself being here. And that's your story. That's just you being you, working through the struggles. You're doing better with your nutrition. You're getting so many workouts in per week. Those are all steps, Hannah. Like, it doesn't have to be 0 to 10. It's just taking those steps. And part of your story is, crap, I fell off the wagon today and I had pizza and I didn't work out and I wanted ice cream and all I could think about was carbs, 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 carbs. But tomorrow I'm going to be right back at it. And then you share how you got right back at it the next day. Don't be afraid to share your struggles. Okay? Does that help? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Julie said, I'm sure you've seen health benefits or started feeling better, even if it wasn't necessarily a weight loss. So that's all things. We push so many things off as, oh, it's just a little thing. Even when it comes to like the income side of things, oh, I only made $14 this week. But if you add $14 up over 4 weeks, what is that? Like, we'll just say $60. So it's what, $56. $56 is a tank of gas. That's relatable. So share that you feel better. Your clothes are maybe a little bit looser. Maybe you have more energy. Maybe you're waking up before your alarm would normally go off. Those are all pieces of your story. So share that. Make that a part of it.
Or just do a confession and say that you started this journey because this is what you want. You want to be in healthy, fit person when you decide that it's time to have children, and you know, you don't want to have to worry about gaining that weight from a pregnancy that, you know, you haven't lost your weight yet. So you're starting this journey to be a healthier you.
No.
And to be a fitter person when you decide to start your family, or you know, you just something like that. You're starting this journey because, and then go into part of your why, like give droppings of your why as to why you're doing this, because you don't. I get where you say you don't have a story, but you know why you're doing it. So kind of go into that with it and see.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say something to Julie too about the Facebook thing. If you post something and somebody gives you a negative post with it, delete it. Delete that person's post. You can go in and delete anything from the comments that on something that you posted. If somebody says something negative on my post, delete. I don't care to hear it, you know. I don't want other people seeing it, so I delete it. If it's a sarcastic remark, I delete it. If somebody posts something that I don't want in my newsfeed, I hide it. And you just have to get in the attitude that you're doing this for you and your family, and those people that are posting or might criticize, they're not paying your bills. They're not doing your journey. So we all struggle with that in the beginning, but that's just my kind of 2 cents worth of it.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Michelle. So yeah, for sure. I think we had some really good nuggets tonight. I hope that you girls took some good things away from the call and just having a little bit of an open mic. I really enjoyed that. So I will be starting to call on people, at least 1 or 2 people at the end of calls, so that we can get a little bit more team engagement. Let's share with one another and help each other grow by sharing a little bit of our story and what our struggles are and what's helped us to overcome them. So I greatly appreciate all of you taking the time to be on the call. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. All of you are local, so you better be at Fit Club on Saturday. Dang it. If you don't have some,
I can't. I got both babies. There ain't no way I'm bringing 2 babies.